Welcome back, fellow horror fiends, to the Drunken Zombies podcast. Today, we are going to be jumping headfirst into a really terrifying firsthand account.
Yeah.
It's almost like a log detailing these absolutely nightmarish experiences of skateboarders trying to survive in a city overrun by the undead.
Oh, I love this one. What makes the situation especially chilling is how quickly everything we think we know about surviving a zombie apocalypse just breaks down.
Right.
And our sources indicate that this isn't your typical, slow, shambling horde. This virus has created something different, faster, stronger, and with a disturbing amount of coordination.
Yeah, okay, so let's like get right into that initial shock,
Sure.
Like picture this, you're a skateboarder. Your go-to escape plan is a quick ollie, a sharp turn, but suddenly it's not just about avoiding a bite anymore.
Right.
For Alex, Zeke, and Maya, it becomes very clear very quickly that they are dealing with an evolved threat. We'll be following their desperate attempts to carve a path through this completely undead cityscape.
What's really interesting, too, is the backdrop against which all of this unfolds. The source material really emphasizes this unsettling quiet. It's like the silence of an empty city, punctuated only by those guttural groans and wet, sickening sounds. Ugh. So creepy.
It's so much creepier than like that dramatic silence you often get in movies, It's like so much more real.
Yeah.
And early on, there's this moment where Alex takes this insane risk on a ledge, narrowly avoiding an undead woman.
Yeah.
And it just really drives home the stakes. Like
Yeah.
their skills, honed for viral fame as Skateboard Kid 902, are suddenly repurposed for survival.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about how quickly our skills can take on entirely new meaning in a crisis.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so interesting how the initial dynamic of the group is presented. You have Zeke, who is this like daredevil optimist, almost seeking out the thrill.
Yeah.
Even in this horrific situation.
It's wild.
And then there's Maya, who is constantly scanning their surroundings with this like pragmatic intensity. And then you have Alex, who is wrestling with this really surreal contrast between the nightmare that's unfolding and his memories of online fame.
Right.
I mean, even the concept of fame itself, has been completely twisted and emptied of its prior meaning.
It's crazy, right? Like, and it also highlights the tenacity of human nature. Even in the face of all this horror, the source material really highlights how Maya has this intense craving for jelly beans.
Oh, yeah.
And it's this craving that propels them into these incredibly risky scavenging runs.
Yeah.
It's like even when everything is falling apart, these little human anchors still drive us.
Exactly. But then the story takes this turn towards something much darker when they encounter this sound that's different from the groans they've been hearing. It's described as a chorus of groans, this deep, unified growl that suggests a larger, more organized group of infected.
Right.
It's at this point that their understanding of the danger really starts to change.
And, that desperate search for jelly beans, it leads them to this unexpected discovery in a garage, a beat-up ham radio, and a collection of notebooks filled with really detailed logs.
Oh, yeah, this is a good part. What's so fascinating about these logs is the level of detail. It's not just frantic scribbles, The source describes these carefully recorded dates, numerical data, even like rudimentary graphs.
Oh, wow.
So it raises a big question, like what were these individuals researching? And what's the significance of this crude symbol that keeps appearing in their notes?
Oh, that's a good question, yeah. What is up with that symbol?
I know, right?
Okay, so they're kind of looking into this unsettling discovery, but then they're violently interrupted by this blood-curdling screech that reveals just how much these undead have evolved.
Yeah, it's terrifying. The source material really emphasizes the speed and coordination of the attack as they ambush Zeke at a damaged fence. It's a brutal escalation of the threat.
And then this is where things get really intense, because in a moment of pure instinct and loyalty, Alex makes this split-second decision to try and save Zeke. It's a decision with huge consequences, and the source material hints at a profound transformation within Alex himself.
Right. It's like the bond between them is so strong, it pushes him to do something incredible. And if you look at how the source describes Alex's actions, he doesn't just push these infected, he hits them with this unbelievable force. The text describes him as feeling less like a human battering ram and more like the unstoppable thing itself.
Oh, wow.
It's chilling. And even more disturbing is that the other zombies seem to focus on each other because of what Alex does. It's like something is changing inside him.
So they make this desperate escape on bicycles a pretty grim upgrade, considering the circumstances, and then they are hit with the crushing realization that Zeke isn't just gone, he's become one of them.
Yeah.
It's just brutal.
It's heartbreaking. And they go back to their skate park sanctuary, and you can feel the weight of Zeke's absence. It's like this place that was their haven, their safe space, is now irrevocably changed.
Right, yeah.
But there's no time to grieve, because dawn breaks and a new threat appears, a well-organized, armed group riding customized bikes.
And their leader, this older woman with scars and dark glasses,
Yeah.
she recognizes something in Alex. Specifically the faded logo on his t-shirt. And she says this really cryptic thing. Looks like it isn't just the birds with new patterns, little skater. Welcome to the evolution. It's like, what does she know about Alex? What does this transformation mean? And what is this evolution she's talking about?
I know, it's so ominous.
So you see how this terrifying escape on skateboards has become something so much bigger and so much more complex. The zombies are evolving.
Yeah.
Alex might be transforming. And then there's this mysterious armed group.
Yeah.
It's like everything is changing.
What's really interesting is that this story of survival is now hinting at something much larger. It's like there's a fundamental shift happening with the undead and maybe even with the whole power structure of this devastated world.
Right.
And that makes you wonder, could Alex become a bigger threat than the zombies themselves?
Yeah, and that final line, welcome to the evolution, it suggests that the rules of this apocalypse are still being written, and our skateboarders are right in the middle of this terrifying new chapter.
It makes you think about what survival really means in this kind of world. Like, if this isn't just a random outbreak, if it's something that is evolving and organizing, what hope is there? It's heavy stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And there are still so many questions. What was in those notebooks? Who were those researchers? And what is the connection between Alex's transformation and this evolution?
So many questions.
I know, right? Well, that's all the time we have for today on the Drunken Zombies podcast.
But remember, the undead never truly rest. Be sure to rate and follow wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss our next descent into the undead. You never know what terrifying tales await.